Hey yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another episode on the WyzCraft YouTube channel. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different than normal. We're going to be taking a deep dive into the statistics behind the diamond drop rates that I've been getting over these last couple of episodes. Particularly episode 2, because I got especially scammed in episode 2. What? And I guess the question that we hope to answer by the end of this episode is just how scammed did I get in episode 2? I think the only way to answer that question is with some statistical analysis. And if you know me, you know I love my stats, you know I love my data. So, let's get into the analysis. Alright, if you haven't seen episode 2, spoiler alert. In episode 2, I mined 20 diamond ore with Fortune 3, and I got 35 diamonds from that. So, if you mine 20 diamond ore with Fortune 3, the expectation is that you'll get 44 diamonds. So I got 9 less than expected, but the question is, how unlucky did I get? Is that a 1 in 10 level of unfortunateness? Is that a 1 in 20? Is that a 1 in 100? A 1 in a million? Let's find out. The first question we have to answer is this big one in the top left. How does fortune affect diamond drop rates? I put this table together that shows the probabilities of getting different numbers of diamonds from a single diamond ore with different levels of fortune on your pickaxe. You can go through and read that table all you want. But to firmly grasp how fortune impacts diamond drop rates, I think we need a little demonstration. Now for my little demonstration, I'm going to replicate the number of diamonds you get when you mine a diamond ore by pulling golf balls out of a box. Now when you mine a diamond ore in Minecraft, the minimum diamonds you can get is 1, the maximum you can get is 4. So I have different golf balls to correspond to each of those numbers. To represent the probability of getting 1 diamond from a diamond ore, I'll be drawing Titleist Pro V ones. To simulate the probability of getting 2 diamonds, I'll be using a pink max fly. This green Callaway will represent the probability of getting 3 diamonds, and the yellow Callaway will represent the probability of getting 4. Now when you mine a diamond ore in Minecraft, there's always going to be a weight 2 corresponding to getting 1 diamond. Essentially what that means is that there will always be 2 Pro V1s in the box that we're drawing from. When you do not have fortune, those are the only options available. Minecraft's random number generation is going to randomly draw one of these golf balls. Oh, what do you know? I got a Pro V1. I got 1 diamond. If you have fortune 1 on your pickaxe, that throws in the option to get 2 diamonds with weight 1. So what does that do? It throws the pink max fly into the box. When you have fortune 2, it takes that scenario with fortune 1 and adds in the green Callaway. Adds in the scenario of getting 3 diamonds with weight 1. So now you have a 50% chance of getting 1 diamond, 25% chance of getting 2, 25% chance of getting 3. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever mined with fortune 1 or 2 before, because I either have no fortune on my pickaxe or I have fortune 3. So you might not care about those other scenarios, but it helps to know that whenever you have fortune 3, it just adds in that 4th option to get 4 diamonds, also with weight 1. So now what's in the box? We got 2 Pro V1s, we got the pink max fly, the green Callaway, and the yellow Callaway. So when you mine a diamond ore with fortune 3, essentially what you're doing is drawing a golf ball out of this box. Hopefully you get a bunch of Callaways, but you might end up with a bunch of stinking Pro V1s. Alright, so now we understand the diamond drop rates when we mine 1 diamond ore, but to replicate what happened in episode 2, we need to understand the drop rates of the aggregate distribution when we mine 20 diamond ore. That's not so simple to come up with, so let's work our way up to that. Let's start by looking at the aggregate distribution when we mine 5 diamond ores. Now to do this analysis, I put together all 1024 possible paths that could happen when you mine 5 diamond ore. So we could get 5 ones in a row, like we saw happen to me in episode 2. You could go 1 1 1 1 2, 1 1 1 1 3, and so on all the way down to 4 4 4 4 4. Along with each of those paths, I put the unique path probability of getting that exact combination of diamond drops per ore, and the total number of diamonds from that path. So the minimum number of diamonds we can get is 5, and the max is 20 if we get all 4s with that probability right there. We can scroll over to the right and look at the summary table as well as a graph of the distribution. And this table shows the probability of getting exactly 5 through 20 diamonds when you mine 5 diamond ore with fortune 3. So we can see the mean, median, and mode are all here at 11. 2.2 diamonds per ore, 5 ores, that's an average of 11 diamonds. I was honestly a little shocked by how symmetric the distribution was. I was expecting it to be far more skewed right than it is. But hey, I guess that's why we do the analysis. So some key numbers in this table that you may have seen already. This 1.02 is the probability of getting 5 diamonds from 5 ore, like I got in episode 2. What? I also put this 0.67 in episode 3 whenever I got 18 diamonds from 5 ore. Now this is all pretty neat, but it doesn't fully answer the question of how scammed did I get in episode 2 in its entirety. Clearly I got scammed in that one vein, where I got 5 diamonds from 5 ores, but what's the probability of getting 35 or fewer diamonds when mining 20 ore? Well, I can't just replicate the exact same analysis. You might think I could just complete the same analysis, put together every single path that you could get when you mine 20 diamond ore, but that's not necessarily feasible because while there are only 1,000 total paths that could happen when mining 5 diamond ore, there are over a trillion possible paths that could happen when mining 20 diamond ore. And while it wouldn't actually take too long to put together all 1 trillion possible combinations using code, there's no way this one Google Sheets file will be able to handle over a trillion calculations per column and 20 columns of data. So I started thinking of ways to do this. I thought about doing Monte Carlo simulation, but I wanted to make sure I really came up with the true distribution and not just some estimate of the distribution using simulation. So I spent some time thinking, then it occurred to me, mining 20 diamond ore is exactly the same thing as mining 5 diamond ore 4 times. I have the distribution of results that could happen when you mine 5 diamond ore and the probability of getting each result. Therefore, I just have to come up with all the combinations of this 4 times to replicate mining 20 diamond ore. And while there are still 65,000 total combinations using this approach, it is far fewer than 1.1 trillion, and 65,000 is well within the range of a typical spreadsheet to handle. So let's move on to the Mining 20 tab. As you can see, I put together all 65,000 combinations of mining 5 ore 4 times, ranging from 5555 all the way to 2020 if you get extremely lucky. Just like last time, I have the path probability of each individual path and the total diamonds resulting from that path. From here, we can calculate the same summary table as last time. This time, all the unique combinations range from 20 to 80, and the probabilities at the extremes are much smaller than they were in the 5 ore scenario. Again, the distribution is pretty symmetrical, goes against my expectations of a skewed right distribution. And just like the 5 diamond scenario, the mean, median, and mode are all the same thing, and they occur at 44 diamonds. So I'll take some time now and I'll scroll through the whole table in case you want to pause somewhere and look through the entire table of numbers. If you have any questions about any of the work I did to come up with any of the numbers, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to explain statistical analyses that I complete. Alright, now it's time to answer the question, how scammed did I get in episode 2? Now, as I said, I can't just simply look at the probability of getting 35 diamonds and say, oh, there's only a 1.76% chance of getting that scammed. I have to look at the probability of getting 35 or fewer diamonds to truly account for how scammed I got. And that number is represented right here in the CDF column. The CDF of the distribution at 35 is 4.896%. Now, this 4.896% is less than 5%, which means if you were conducting a one-sided t-test with an alpha of 0.05, you would reject that null hypothesis and claim that there is significant evidence that I was scammed. Alright, so that wraps up my episode 2 analysis, which is the bulk of this video. I'll just mention episode 3 briefly, just for fun. Now, I mined 102 diamond ore in episode 3, because I went kind of crazy in those caves. And I got 227 diamonds. So the end result of episode 3 was nothing too crazy. My DPO was pretty much in line with the expected DPO. So, nothing too crazy to conclude, but just something cool to look at. Well guys, that's going to be a wrap on episode 3.5. Hope you liked this little statistical deep dive into my diamond ore drop rates. It was pretty fun. If you're still with me, leave a comment down below that says distribution to let me know that you made it this far in the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.